I don't know how I feel about the idea of like seeing black men put up against each other.
He's attached like a dog. That's what he is. Anyone who talks nice is attached like a dog. You say anything wrong, oh my God, how you doing this to me? And then he goes all crazy, gets all granny voiced up, and then he just starts crowing away. That's him. That's your fave.
Well,
and
yeah, no.
She didn't need more security. She didn't at all, actually, because there was no bad boys on the show. So she pushed the security for. Tried to binge watch it this morning again, as I said. And as soon as I started the first episode, I passed out. Fell asleep. I've lived it.
And question, like watching it, do you find that like, is there anything that you rewatch now and you think, oh shit, did that actually happen? Or you don't remember that happening in the time? Mm-mm. No?
I feel that there's a couple of scenes that I feel were reversed and taken back. Like, they took, say for example, today was today, and they took tomorrow and put it today.
How long were you there?
Mix it in with today.
Right.
So it'd be today mixed with tomorrow, one little thing so it makes sense to you lot.
Right.
Vibe or there. Mm-hmm. So the conversation about that episode, that scene will be put.
Right. Fair.
I swear it was confusing watching that. Like, that ever happened then? Especially when I was talking to Tyrese to come in. That really cringed me out. What,
how long were you there for?
6 days.
It felt, maybe it
like 12.
It felt like longer than 12. It felt like 14.
2 days in one, 100%. There was a lot going on. The days were dragging.
I need to ask though, because like, did you have like, because obviously like Baddies in the US is like huge, like massive. Like Baddies Club. Am I saying it right? Baddies Club?
Hold up a minute. Have you started?
Hey?
Have you started?
But I don't make it dramatic. I just start talking because people get a bit like,
All right, cool, come.
Baddies Club in the US is huge. It's massive, right? Mm-hmm. And I think my question to you is, why did you want to go on the show? That's the main question.
Because I'm a bad boy in real life. Like, from since I was young, I was watching Bad Girls in the US, and I've always wanted them to do a boy show because I thought the show was built for me. Because every time I'm watching it, I'm just like, I'm fire like that. Mm. And then as soon as Lani bought it here, and I found out about it, I just took the opportunity to just jump on it. And I took the right choice because as soon as I gave her the audition tape, she called me in less than 24 hours.
What's the process like? Is it intense?
It sounded like it was going to be intense, to be honest, but it seemed like a lot of the boys tried to set me up already because there was loads of group chats that were already out.
Yes, okay.
And Mr. Brocky was in one of them who added me into a group chat with him and Prestige. And he was like, yeah, they've been chosen. Yeah, bear in mind, no one was chosen, yeah. But it's like, they've been chosen. Come to this date that they're going to get, and then he can get me on the show, innit? That's what Mr. Brocky told me. But something in my head was just like, nah, go and do your research. So I went and I looked for Lani's page, found Lani's page, and then boom, she was like, you got to send me a video and then put one on your TikTok, and then they'll holler back at you, innit? So I did that straight away. Went in my room, did my video. You can see it's in my room, my headphones. I was just like, literally 2 minutes. I just literally put my thing up and they said what I needed to say, posted it. In 24 hours, I got accepted. So even then, at that moment, now I'm just remembering, is why I was annoyed at Mr. Brocky because he lied to me, innit? It's like he set me up like he didn't want me on the show. Because why would you say you got accepted when you know you never got accepted? Because at that point, no one was chosen.
Hidden agenda, yeah? And you two were actually mates, right?
Mm-hmm. He used to come to my house. He knows my mum and everything.
So you've known him for a long time?
I've known him for a while. I would say a long time. Lot like he said, he knows me since he was 16. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a big
The things
stretch.
people do for the screen.
That was crazy.
The things
when
people say for the screen.
I'm happy I wasn't there because I would have literally G'd him up in his face. So. But that was crazy. 16. I think I've known him since I was like, I think people are already confused with my age, so I'm not actually going to put it out on here right now. But I'll say for about 6 years.
That's a solid amount of time though, is it not? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shit. Fair. But like, it's really, I think there's like quite a mixed response about the show because like, I love what Lani's doing for the culture. And I think it's really cool the UK has a presence for it. Yeah. My only thing is though, at times, I'll be honest with you, because as we're both here, I don't know how I feel about, and maybe this is just me being me, I don't know how I feel about the idea of like seeing like black men put up against each other, you know?
Jord was in the show, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, but like vast majority, like he was the only white boy, or just
mixed.
like
you can't just say like she just put like a whole heap of black people against each other.
No. That's not what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is, I just think the narrative that's already been made for us as black men of color can be all quite violent. It kind of like feeds into it somewhat. However, because I haven't really like subscribed to the previous stuff. The only reason why, I'll be honest, why I watched it was because I know Martin and I was very intrigued to see what he was about, hence why I subscribed. But then I happened to become quite fond of quite a few of you, you know? And then I thought, oh, do you know what? This is actually quite entertaining.
I think everyone has like a violent tendency in it, like any race, any color in it. It's just that I don't know what her goal was, to be honest. I haven't actually asked her. I know she's been putting people on. She could have put big people on that she's known in it, and she brought people that she thought, I don't know. I actually can't speak. I can't speak for that in it, to be honest. I can't put words in it. All I know is it's not. I don't look at it as a negative thing that she's done. I feel that it's good. And even when we are on the show and stuff like that, you got to listen to Lani and that. She don't want the violence.
Yeah.
She ain't here for people getting hurt and all of that stuff. Even though she's trying to put on this show, like she's not trying to see what what you're saying. She don't want that to happen.
Yeah, fair. So. I mean, and I have to appreciate that. I'm literally just watching like an hour every week. Do you know what I mean? So I can see it very differently.
And that 1 hour is like 1 hour of the 24 hours in that day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Even when I'm like seeing comments with people running up their mouth, chatting rubbish with people's things that they don't even know.
But then also, the hour which has been shortened has been made that way to create something, no? To create a certain narrative. Do you not think?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think it's to create a certain narrative. It's just that there's a whole lot of. Can I swear?
Go ahead.
There's a whole lot of bullshit that's going on in the day that I don't think she needs to be putting on the.
Like non-necessary content, just like boring. Okay.
There's a lot going on in the day. It's just I would say that at that time she needed more cameramen. Because she'll be over there with all the cameramen, and then we'll be over here like getting into drama and stuff, and no one's around.
Okay.
To film it, innit? So we're like, where's the people to get this? And then when we tell her what's going on, she's like, repeat it. Let's do it again. And we're like, well, I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, it's not the same, is it? Kind of kills the authenticity.
The cameras were on all the time. You'll see me going at the Lulu, at Levi, all the time. I was on to Levi. I took all the lighters out of the house. He couldn't even get a lighter. He was running around looking for a lighter and everything. I was bullying him because he's taking a mic. I was bullying him because he was pissing me off. Like, at the end of the day, I really wanted him out the house because he was...
We could tell.
Yeah, I really wanted him out the house. He was just doing too much. He really wanted to be the centre of attention and was just trying to leech onto people. And then when you didn't want nothing to do with him, he would be like, why don't you want nothing to do with me? Why are you here? Why are you here running around with his bus? Like, oh, George bust my lip yesterday. Oh, why no one care? Type of thing. And it was annoying. Frustrated. It was frustrating.
I do hear it, but like at the same time, even though, because I'm not a baddie in it, I'm just like a normal guy trying to get by. Like let me know,
baddie.
Hey,
baddies in America.
Let me know this, right? What does it mean to like be like a Badderz Boy in your take? Like, what do you think?
In my take,
yeah, from someone.
To be honest, now being in this show, I would say it's just to really stand on business.
Right.
In this show, I would say it's to stand on business because no one's really in each other's business to know what you're doing outside the show. So it's not about, okay, yeah, but I have this, I have that type of thing and what I do in my life. I think it's just really being true in yourself, like, and not fumbling.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of fumble boys over there.
But do you think that everyone's there for the same reason?
I think they all should have been there for the same reason. I was there for the experience, to be honest. You can ask the production and that. When they asked me where I want to go, I said the experience.
Okay.
Because I'm not a cloud chaser anyway, because you don't see me posting every day. You don't see me doing all that stuff. You don't see me on live. Oh, yeah, boom, follow me, share, like, share,
yeah,
like, share.
Valid point.
I don't do all of that.
No, that's a valid point.
I'm literally just here, innit? That's just taking it as I go. I take the ride as I go, innit? All these people really be
But I do think a lot of them, I'll be honest, I do think a lot of them are there to like boost their careers.
And a lot of them fumbled on it because that's what they went there for. And this is what the show was about. The show
Yeah.
was Who's the Baddest, and they went there to try and boost their career. I got in there with a real bad boy like me, and I wasn't standing for it.
I just feel like, I think it depends on your intention. I think there's different approaches that could have like made more sense to certain people. Like I really like Martin. I think he's a funny guy. I think he's very entertaining and very good at what he does. However, my man's not a baddie. I personally think, and I mean this with love, I personally don't think the show was well suited to him. And when I was watching the last couple of episodes with all the situations outside with the tent and all of that, I just thought, you know what? There really is no need for this. And if I'm being really honest, I think it just, and I like him, so this is with love, but he was just painted like as a bit embarrassing.
I think, as Martin says, he's bad in his own way. I do believe him. I do. I really do. And I do feel when he did have his segment with Prestige that he did stand in business. And I really respect him for that, because really and truly, when Martin stepped on the show, as you said as well, like I really thought he wasn't built for it. But he showed that he could stand on stuff. With alcohol and no alcohol in his system, he still did that at the end of the day. He didn't do it with TJ, but he did
I think he'd be too scared to do it with TJ.
And this is the thing, every single night when that man was on liquor, when that liquor touched that boy's system, he was the Hulk. Like, he would do mad stuff. Everything you saw in the last episode was Martin every single night. Every night that was Martin. See, and then he'll wake up and say he forgot.
See, this is what I mean. Like, we only see parts of it, because from what I watch, I literally would have thought it was just like the 2 nights where he went a bit mad.
And that's why people have a lot to say in the comments. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's fine. People can have their opinion, innit? Like,
what are the comments? I haven't really looked. What's the
bullying and that, but they're going for TJ, innit? Obviously, because he gave him that one slap.
It was quite comical, to be fair. I do think that
he deserved it. He did deserve the slap. He did 100%. Like, even if he did take off the shoes, he still deserved the slap. He did. He was doing too much. That was just you seeing, but just pictured Martin that night, every night, and waking up and then going, I don't remember. So for me, that's 2 nights. Okay, 2 nights is fine. You can forget. But when it's going 3 to 4,
it's a bit
you remember,
too much,
you playing now, innit? You playing now. You're using the drunkenness and your little, I'm fragile now. Yeah, I can say what I want. And you can't hit me, and you got slapped, innit? But now I know that will probably change his life, not in a way like Tyrese. It will humble him, innit? And he probably won't drink as much as he usually drinks.
If God is good.
Because I didn't even realise in the last episode as well that Prestige had his sister and that on the FaceTime and that, getting him, like, so there was outsiders saying that he does all that. So when he's looking back and sees that, that will probably hit something for him and make him change.
Yeah. Here's to hoping.
I don't really care. He's not meeting it, to be totally honest.
I know, but like,
I do respect him, innit?
Are you like on good terms with many of the boys?
Yeah. I don't know how to think of it like that. Yeah, I'm cool with. I really like Jaheim. Really, really like.
So
Jaheim.
do I.
I won't say I see him as a little brother because we don't talk to him every time, innit, but every day. But
yeah,
he is close enough to be something like that. I saw a lot of fighting him when he was in the show, not like him trying to be a bully, just him protecting himself. Because a lot of people were trying to get him in it. And I did see a lot of, not myself in him, but how I was when I was growing up. Because I used to have to fight a lot because everyone wanted a piece of me. So I had to fight in it to protect myself. And he did that. And he stood on business every single time, no matter who it was. So I do respect that. I don't respect the language that's come out of his mouth since he's been off the show.
Well, like, from like online and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I speak to him about that though. So, and I haven't heard him after that really be piping up like that anymore.
I find him quite witty. Like, I was saying this to someone. I was like, I find it so, because you can tell that he's young, and I think he's fucking hilarious, I'll be honest. I think he is one of the baddest on the show, if I'm being real. 100%. I think the way that he like responds to things so quickly and the way that he comes up with like wordplay.
He's been doing it.
I think he's great. I think he's fucking hilarious. He's a star. I think that there aren't many people that I think need to be on season 2, but Jaheim needs to be there because he's fucking hilarious and he's
a star, 100%.
100%, without a doubt. So
people don't try to come using for clout because I'll be there to get you.
Noted.
Anyway, next. So, who's else I like? Prestige. I like Prestige. I've liked him from way before, so I'm cool with him.
He's very direct. I like that about him. He's very direct.
With Martin?
I think just in general. Like there was a conversation earlier on in this season, and I can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Emil was saying, "Oh, like who do you think is like the weakest?" And bear in mind, like Prestige was just minding his business and just said to Levi straight
I
up.
went for Levi.
Just went to Levi straight up. I think it's you.
Yeah, that caught me off guard as well, innit? But that's great. Yeah, because he's a real one at the end of the
Yeah.
day. He's a real one.
I enjoy people that don't
He's
sugarcoat
definitely not the
things.
weakest on any episode or nothing like that. But I do think he shadowed his personality on the show.
In what
He
sense?
just could have done more. Like it could have just, I don't know. It just.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, fair. The bit that made me laugh most with him was when he jumped on the table and tackled Jaheim.
Yeah, that was dangerous.
Yeah, very.
That was mad dangerous. When I saw that, I was like, damn, you could have broke that boy's neck. Like, people are worried about me fighting Mr. Brocky, but really and truly, they should have been worried about that boy's neck when he landed on the floor and nearly hit that step. No shade.
Controversially, though.
No shade.
Controversially, though, I actually think the people who may have not been the most liked actually made the show. I said this to you on the phone not too long back. I actually don't think the show would have been the show about Levi. I stand on that.
Levi was a ghost in the show. You could use King. Martha, you use King. Where was Levi? Levi only sat in the corner singing Tyler, whatever. What's the
Taylor
name?
Swift.
Taylor Swift. Hugging, I don't know how they were hugging him when he smelt the way he did. That really, really confused me. That really confused me. And you even see when he was sitting on the chair and he was doing the belly wine. He was doing the belly wine saying he can walk. And you see on the chair was full of sweat, and then the production were holding the clothes over her nose. You could see how much that boy. I don't think he brought any benefit to the show, to be totally honest. I'll say King did because King was messy, but I still think it could have went on with someone else without them two, because there would have been like real drama. I think they were fake. They were just in general.
Okay.
King was just like throwing stones and trying to hide his hand. Like there's so many scenes where he's like even he's been outside saying, "Oh, boom," like I ain't tried to move to him at all. But then you can see like even when I posted the one that I posted on TikTok, he's saying, "Oh, boom, he only will fight Mr. Brocky." But then when I leave the room, he's saying he want to fight me. But then when he's outside with them lot and everything saying, "You say you want to fight Swif.T? Yeah, I do. I'm not there." But then when you're in my face, you want to fight somebody else. So I never ever knew this, innit? Or we would have got it cracking long time ago. Like long time ago. Even at that table when he said Mr. Brocky, if he called my name, I would throw the table as well. Like he was picking his things and I think he was trying to work the camera.
Would you not say that's the case for a lot of them, though?
No, because Tyrese went to fight. Because I think Tyrese thought we would have won. I don't know who would have won at that point, but I do think he really thought he would have won, and he got really hit back to reality in his sense.
Yeah.
Because to be even in the pool after that and be like, "I've just got beat up. You really did your big one," and he's crying in the pool. I felt bad at that point, but then for him to come out and then be racist and do all of this extra stuff, it's just taking me aback.
What's he been? This is news to me. What's he been doing?
He's come out. He's been on live, and he's just been. He hates George, and I don't blame him.
Who are you talking to?
Tyrese.
Yeah.
Tyrese has a lot of hate for George, and I don't blame him.
I think the feeling's mutual, though, is it
He
not?
embarrassed him. George, I don't think so, because George is only fighting for somebody. This is not George's personal beef. This is now Tyrese's personal beef, because he has embarrassed him on TV. George has just fought for his brother, innit?
But is that not fair, though? Like, I would do the same. Well, I wouldn't fight, but if I was a fighter, I would.
I think George uses it as an excuse, to be totally honest, to fight. I don't think George has no chest without someone
for his own
doing
reason.
That. Yeah, and
you say that though, but he wanted
he's
to.
only doing that for his family, how the way his family will feel.
You say that though, but he wanted to fight Levi.
Did he?
There's
running in circles with each other. You can walk around circles in me all the time. Got him in his neck, walking around going, "Oh, get me first, then. Get me first. Get me." None of them wanted it. None of them wanted it. I'm not stupid. I think no one else is stupid as well. Jord is a pom-pom.
Let's talk about your relationship with Mr. Bucky.
What one?
From what I saw, ever since the situation with the pool, you were just pressed. From what
From before the pool. So basically, when we was at the airport, what's his name? King King came and said he wants to eat me, innit? Came up to me, shouted in my face, said he wants to eat me, he wants to eat me, he wants to eat me. And this really confused me, innit?
Right, okay.
And this was after the scene that you lot would have seen go viral, as you lot would call it, on TikTok, with them lot standing up and doing their little thing. You seen it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so straight after that, King's come to me, because me and TJ was somewhere else, innit, and Prestige. So when we're going into boarding now, these lot are coming into the same place. So he must have been rattled up from whatever happened with them lot, innit? So
Okay.
he's come to me, said he wants to eat me, he wants to eat me. I didn't know how to react because now we're now going to boarding, so it's like, boom, like, you, but I can't because I'm going to get arrested. That's the way it was, innit? But then Mr. Brocky is running up behind him, innit? And that really was confusing me because that's supposed to be my friend, but he's running with somebody who said he wants to fight me, innit? So anyway, gone to the other side of the world. And I'm fuming. Like, I'm literally like proper fuming until like I'm sending too many threats. Like, these lot were getting so scared until he was shook. He didn't want to fight me. That's no cap. He did not want to fight me until he came to me in front of all George and that, and he apologized. He was like, I'm so sorry for what I've done. So I'm like, cool, innit? And I left it. So then moving forward from that, that's why I couldn't fight, what's his name, when the cameras were up, because he's already apologised and I've accepted his apology, innit? So
Yeah, you can't fight unprovoked. Well, I mean, I guess you can't.
it doesn't make no sense.
Not unprovoked.
Then
but
I'm fake. Do you know what I mean? I'm a real person. I'm going to
Yeah.
fight for a reason. I'm not going to fight just because there's a camera on. Do you know what I mean? Just like what most of them tried to do. So with the Mr. Brocky thing, when he came in and he did that, that was upsetting for me, innit? That's supposed to be my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, now, moving days on, you're there with Levi getting all caressed and stuff with him, and you know how he's acting weird and doing all this weird, and it was really cringing me out, like. And there was even a day where Levi must have just been sitting with Mr. Brocky, and he was like, oh, yeah, I don't want to be with you, and he started patting him on his head. It was just so patronizing right in front of everybody. I was like, how you patting him on his head like he's a dog? Like, and because I said that made Mr. Brocky chicken, like, yeah, why are you patting me? Da 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 da. Like, it was baffling. It was baffling. It was baffling how you made him do all of them things to him, innit? But it was disgusting for him to even do that in front of me. So that even made me look like Levi. So most of the reason why I didn't like Levi was for other things that he was doing to like my friends and
But
stuff.
not like directly to you.
No.
Okay,
No,
cool.
it wasn't really directly to me.
Fair.
No, it wasn't.
Fair. I mean, like, from what I saw, because I thought, right, okay, I was like, the pool situation, fair enough, I understand it. And then there was the situation with him nicking from the shop.
But getting to the pool, so now we got to the pool. He knows I can't swim. Everybody knows I can't swim. Even
Okay.
now when I was on my Instagram putting on my old stories, I said on my videos that I cannot swim. So it's out there, innit? So when I'm in the water, I've already told everyone before I got in there, like, if you chop me in the pool, I'm going to F you up. I done said that. I said it to everybody. So when we're having our water fight, whatever, I get in the water and I'm brave getting in there now and the thing going in the water. I haven't walked in there, so I don't know how deep it is at all. So anyways, Mr. Brocky comes in and he flips me. So when he flips me, I really did think I was going to die. I really did. 100%. Even though now when I look back on the video, it was so funny because now I'm like, wow, I was able to stand up so
Yeah, it
quick.
was. Yeah, but you
I wasn't
didn't,
thinking
you
that
didn't,
there was
you
water in
didn't
my
know at the
nose.
time, though.
No, there was water in my nose and everything. So literally when I got up, it was just hit him. I couldn't see him. I literally couldn't see him. So I was like, hit him. And then what the camera doesn't even catch is that when I got out of the water, I went upstairs, got changed, and I came back down and I fly kicked him in his chest.
And at that point, you're still sharing the same room? Because you're still in the same room at that point, right?
Yeah.
Because only later on.
He was over at what's her name's house? Over there in the next villa for, I don't know how long it was. It was for ages.
Okay,
Then
because
he came back in, as you see in that episode, he came back in and he sat with us. And I was looking at him all funny. He sat on that bench thing with us, innit? Yeah, I think he was in my room for one night.
Because it doesn't look like that from what we saw. Because near the end, you're saying, "Oh, like I wanted my room," and I'm thinking, well, there's been X amount of days where he's been in your room, but that makes sense.
But I was talking really when I've sat down there, I was really mad about kicking him in the put well about what he did with me drowning me in it. So when I'm sitting there, you see, I'm talking to him, but I'm really talking to myself.
Right.
Get the fuck out of my room, la 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 la. Whereas the next time when I'm talking to him in it, like, get out my room, like, you've got this amount of time in it. That's when I had enough.
And this relationship is
Done completely.
Have you spoken since the show?
Hell no. I'm real like that.
Yeah.
I cut you off, we're not friends. Like, all these people on the show that's like, oh yeah, we don't talk for 2 days and talk the next 2 days or the same day. It's crazy. It's fake to me.
No, fair enough. It's just more the fact that you've been friends for a fair amount of time. That's what, and like you said, he's been to your house.
Then he dropped me on telly. he dropped me on telly. And then now I got people talking at me crazy. It's mad. And then he ain't even got no voice. Like, where's Mr. Brocky? Well, now there's no voice. He's got no voice. That's not someone that's meant to be my brethren. He's got no chest hairs.
I personally think the show could have coped more without him than Levi. I really think Levi did his bit.
I think the show would have coped with about 5 of them.
You say that though, but then all the ones who you're saying who would have carried it, you're all friends. So where's the drama in that?
Who's friends?
You know, well, you were friends at the time, no?
Who?
Were you all getting on? Let's say you, George.
If certain people wasn't in there, I
Jaheim,
probably would have beef with them as well.
TJ.
Like, me and Fing would have probably bucked up. Me and George, 100%. I do feel we would have bucked up in that house. George was really setting. He was setting. What's the word? I don't know how to use the word. He was setting the scene before he got there. He was setting the scene before he got there because he made sure everybody around me knew about him liking me. He told a whole heap of people. He was holding up my friend from the Badderz girls. That's how he was holding up production. Like 3 different crew from production came to me. He was like, George fancies you. George really liked you before I even met George. Like he was running around making sure people came and made me know that I like him and stuff like that. And I really feel like he was like trying to like alliance himself with me.
And what were you saying?
I don't like him.
Oh,
I don't like him.
that's a boring narrative.
I don't like him.
Fair.
I don't like him. He's not my type. He's not my type. He's not my type at all. At the end of the day.
So what's switched up then since the show? Because you were fine when the show ended. So what's changed? Or what's come to light even, shall I say?
He's fake. And he thinks he's made everything. Like he's the more he tries to hide it, the more it comes out. It just seeps through him. It's crazy. He'd be like he's not trying to rub things in people's face, but he really is trying to rub things in people's face. And he really be chatting rubbish about people behind their back, like really, really talking. And then when he goes to the other person, he's chatting mad shit. But I can't even. This is the weirdest thing now. In this conversation, I can't talk too much because it will be putting out some stuff that is.
Say what you can say.
It's hard to.
Say what you can say.
It's still hard to. It's still hard to. All I can say is this boy is a fraud.
Fair.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud and he thinks he's better than everybody. And he thinks just for me, he did this little scene where he goes, I'm coming for your mother, your brother, your sister and you. All the stuff.
Yeah, that went viral. That got mad engagement.
All the stuff that he's never done in his whole entire life and he still ain't done to the person who he said he's going to do it to.
Okay, then with that being said, then do you think he's one of the ones who's just like talking for the sake of the camera?
He does talk.
Yeah.
But I'll be the one to show you that he's all talk.
Okay.
That's it. Like,
fair.
I'm here to dissect people. I said that in my audition tape. That's what I've steadily been doing. Showing all these people how fraudulent they are. That is what it is.
So who do you fuck with them?
Tyrese. Tyrese. What's them again? TJ, Prestige, Martin, Jaheim.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair amount.
Yeah.
That's a fair amount. And like, as you guys are leaving the villa, like, what's the energy like then? What are you saying? Because
leaving the villa was great because Mr. Bucky ran away in the morning, which was shocking. He ran away, which didn't make no sense because our plane flight was probably about 4 hours after.
To be fair though, what you guys were actually going to do anything? Because I think the concern was that you lot were going to come for him, concerned for his safety, I believe.
He knew that already. Nothing was going to happen. He just wanted to just run with Lani because he was broke, and he probably realised that it was the safest bet for him to get home without having to like beg at the airport. He really went there broke as fuck.
I mean, I kind of got that vibe from
when he didn't sort himself out, and that's the annoying thing about half of the cast that went on the show. It's like you went on the show, yeah, boom, like she didn't even say she was going to look after us or cook for us and anything like that. So why are you going to turn up anywhere with no money? Even if she did say that, why are you going to turn up anywhere with no money?
Yeah, just to be safe. Mm-hmm.
And then act like you're bad, but then even if something happens like that, you have no one that's backup for you to back you up back home. That's crazy. King had his phone like 5 days. 5 days for the whole entire trip. He had no clothes here. So how come he couldn't order anything?
I wasn't there. I can't comment.
No, but you know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
like, you couldn't order
I
anything or nothing. We went to the supermarket. He didn't buy a toothbrush. Lani said that as well. He didn't buy his thing. We went to the market. Like, at the end of the day, he didn't use it for none of that. But then you want to make the story about you having nothing. But you didn't have to have nothing. You could have... Me, personally, if it was me, I would have went home. I wouldn't even have been there, to be honest. That's my thing all the time back, gone home.
I do feel sorry for King, though.
Why?
Because quite clearly he was going through it.
No, it's not.
So what are you saying then?
He's a fraud.
So all the jumping in the pool and running around and do you know what? To be fair to him, I'll give him creds where due. You know the part where like
He jumped in the pool because I can't swim.
but you weren't in the pool with him, no?
Because I can't swim.
Oh, for you to come right, cool, okay. Right,
Yeah, if I get in the water, he would have drowned me. Like you think it was a, if I never had that pool scene before, he probably wouldn't even have jumped in the pool because he wouldn't even have known. Do you know what I mean?
Fair, when you put it like that, maybe.
That's why he jumps in the pool because I can't swim. I'm telling you, that's the running around and thing. That should have been shoot at him trying to get him with his headpiece because he was driving me. Like, why you get the water for?
I do kind of relate to him though in the
And
sense.
then you come out and say, I don't want no smoke with you. What are you talking about? You come out and you're like, I don't want to fight you, this and that. I've had fight with Jaheim, this, that, Swif.T, no one wanted it with you. It's fraud.
I do kind of relate to him though, to be honest, in a way.
You can't relate to him.
Trust I can. That part where like he's obviously got his whatever you call it wrapped around him and he's like begging everyone to shut up
Would
to
you have
sleep.
a weapon? You got to remember, hold on, I got to cut you there. I have to cut you there because you're saying with his thing wrapped around him. Where did his clothes go?
I wasn't there, you tell me.
You tell me, because he just had clothes on when he went upstairs though. So he took it off to come downstairs and make the scene. I'm sure he did. Now when I'm even watching it back, like, where did your clothes go? You had your boxes and that. Why are you taking off your clothes
People
to come
sleep-
down in the villa naked?
people sleep naked.
He came downstairs. Why are you coming downstairs? Remember he was up there with the weapon and that. Why are you coming downstairs?
Maybe he was so desperate to get some sleep he had to come
He
down.
wanted the
He
attention.
had to come down really quickly and tell you lot to hush. I hear it. I'd be I mean, to be fair, I don't know if I'd be naked, but however, I do appreciate it because if I was like in a house, I mean, I wouldn't be in the house in the first place, but hypothetically, if I was, I'd be pressed for all the noise.
Then don't be there.
I wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't.
And remember, this is like day 5. Not day 5, this is like day 4.
Does every day like last that long?
They last longer because we were shooting like 2 scenes. Not 2 scenes. We still like we're shooting like 2 days in one. At that point.
Okay.
At that point, it was a lot. Because everyone was leaving a lot. It was back and forth evictions. Back-to-back evictions, not back and forth. Back-to-back evictions. Because Tyrese gone, and then Levi was gone the next day, and then King was gone, and then Mr. Brocky the day after. And literally, day after day, like they were going, literally.
Like dominoes.
They done up what's in their pocket, man. Literally paying for that return
Yeah.
flight.
Bled her dry, then left.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to get served. She's going to want that money.
Who's the baddest?
Maybe.
Apart from yourself, obviously.
Sure. Jaheim.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Jaheim.
Without a
Jaheim is
doubt.
really bad.
100%.
Really bad.
Do you think is a season 2 definitely on the cards?
For
no,
me.
for you, yeah.
100%. 100%. I want to see who's coming for me.
Do you like the smoke?
I love the smoke. That's what my latest tune was, on smoke.
Fair.
I love smoke. I love it all the time. I want to see who's the real baddest boy. I'm ready to see who's going to win as well.
And does that that gets revealed at the reunion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who picks the baddest? Is that the team or production or do you all vote?
Public.
Right. Okay. Fair.
I don't know why is this telling me that someone else sounds.
I don't know who the public favorite is, to be honest. If I was to,
There was another MVP thing that went, and guess who? What he won the strongest and weakest. Actually, it was King. He won both categories,
right.
which was funny.
I don't know who the public favorite is. If I go from what I've seen online, I'd say it's George. From what I've seen.
No, I think it's fair now. I think it started off as him, then it started realizing he sounds like a mouse. It sounds like a mouse. He's built like an ironing board, and the only thing that's got shape is his lips. Like, I feel like that's what's going on now. Everyone's clocking the tea, and the tea's hot.
Fair. I think he makes entertaining TV.
Who?
I think he makes entertaining TV. But you have to remember, right? I'm literally going based on like.
I think Martin
an
makes
hour.
entertaining TV. I think Tyrese makes entertaining TV more than George. George, as I said, he needs to fight for somebody to be entertaining, full stop. Now I've said it and I put it in your head, you're going to see it. I'm telling you, he's got no smoke unless he's
Maybe when I
fighting
do the
for
rewatch,
somebody.
I'll think differently.
Oh, watch hard. I'm telling you, because when he's talking, all he's got to talk about is somebody else. No one's coming. It's always about somebody else. He can't get mad unless it's for somebody else. But if I was fighting like that, boy, I'll be very angry. But I'm telling you, you got no smoke. Remember, you come from the country, the suburbs.
No comment.
He's from the suburbs. I'll show you. See that? Man, let me show
I'll be honest, George was one of my favourites. I actually really liked him. And to be honest, that it's interesting.
George will stab you in your back.
I don't know him like that.
He would though. Like,
I'm just talking about
you
consumption.
see, like he'll be around you, and then as soon as you do, like as soon as you feel like you done something bad to him, he'll like use whatever information he can against you. She showed you with me, to be totally honest. Like, boom, now we got a problem now. You kissed me. Like, thank God I never slept with you. Damn, you would have told the whole time world I slept with you just to prove a point. Like, that's crazy. That's cuckoo. At the end of the day,
did anyone link
in the house?
Do you have to say who? Just wondered, did anyone link?
I think you can tell who linked. I didn't link. You got to bear in mind that I was sleeping with Mr. Brocky. So where was George? Do you know what I mean? Where was George? Until I kicked my man out. And as you see when he sat in his confessional or whatever he was in, and it was like, oh, boom. And you got to bear in mind, our confessionals, me, him, and TJ were in the same room. So a lot of things being said.
How many beds?
No, as in like when we done our confessionals.
Oh, right,
show,
okay,
we
cool.
Cool. So I guess all of our confessionals wasn't as, like the ending of my confessional, when I was leaving, saying goodbye to everyone, and I was sitting there going, oh, boom, my friends TJ and George, I feel like it would have been different if they wasn't in the room with me.
Right.
Do you get it? Do you get it? I feel kind of set up in that sense.
I'm lost. You feel, right, why do you feel set up?
Because my confessionals, I wasn't alone.
Right.
So when I was getting all my questions asked and that, I was in the room with TJ and George. So in the end, anyway, when I'm like, boom, like, yeah, I've met these two people, I feel like I just said that because they were in the room.
So whereas if they hadn't been in the room, you would have like probably said
not even a thought of them. In that sense, to say that, yeah, I've met these two people and this and that, because they were right there in front of me. It's like, yeah, boom, I met you two. You talk about here and da 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 da.
Are you cool with George at this point? You're doing the confessions?
No, I'm gonna beat him.
Fair. I mean, I feel like no matter what, I feel like no matter what I say or whatever I try and do to stick up for him, you're just gonna
stick up for him.
Not stick up for him. Sorry, like more like I just think he's entertaining. I think he's entertaining. I think he's from what I see, he seems loyal.
He seems what?
Loyal, I would say. From what I see. The way that he will stick up for Martin.
Seems like he's got attachment problems about loyal. That's anyone that talks to him nice, he is attached like a dog. That's what he is. Anyone who talks nice is attached like a dog. You say anything wrong, oh my God, how you doing this to me? And then he goes all crazy, gets all granny voiced up, and then he just starts crowing away. That's him. That's your fave.
That's not good. Fave's a bit strong, but I liked him. I thought he was good. Like,
you liked her. In past tense.
No, like as I was watching, I still think he's an enjoyable person to consume. Don't twist it. Don't twist it. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. No, I do. And like even the part where like it was like in the first episode where Martin was calling people peasants and Jaheim went for him and then George got involved there. Like I think if one of my boys did that,
yeah, and then look at that. And then look at George now and Martin. Being a backstabber, doing witness statements with Prestige, and then Prestige got beef with George. Like because George didn't say that, Prestige never said the right thing. So he's got beef with Prestige. Like, I don't think George knows what friends is at this point. Like, it's just like, boom, I think you're my friend. Oh my God, you stabbed me wrong. I'm gonna check your business. Run over there to this friend and do you the same way. Like
him and TJ are cool though, right?
Who?
Him and TJ are cool, they not?
Who?
Him and TJ, George and TJ.
He says CJ.
No. Sorry, no. TJ.
For now, every time I talk to TJ, I'm like, TJ's going to get you. Watch your back. I keep telling him, he's going to get you. I'm telling you. And TJ's a Sagittarius just like me. So if he gets TJ, good luck. Because I'll be right there to beat him with him.
I can't share my comments on Sagittarius, man. That's for another day.
He's going to get him. I'm telling you, he's going to get him. He's going to backstab him bad. Because they're close enough. And TJ actually told me they had a little smoke the other day recently because of his family. George's family started getting onto TJ for saying about his house being on like 2 wheels or something like that. So it went from there. I was just like, where do you think you're going to go? It's going to be, isn't it?
Let's move on. Let's talk about the beef between Martin and Prestige.
Martin and Prestige.
Yeah. Are they...
I don't know nothing about it.
Fair. I mean, just from what we could see. So obviously they had a fight because of. Is the beef real?
The beef is real. They kept telling everybody it was real.
I'm just confused as
What
to how.
confused me about the beef is it happened 4 days into the holiday.
Yeah, agreed.
There was no argument, no cutting eye, no nothing until that day.
And also, like, I don't really. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I see things differently. I don't really understand how you can fall out with your mate over not being in VIP, or not being, or your boy not getting you into VIP. That just didn't really make sense to me.
Obviously, I don't feel anyone's gonna come on camera and tell you the real truth of any beef if it is deeper than that. I hope it's deeper than that, but you're gonna come and tell him really chat your business, because I do think smart people like Prestige and Martin, that's not King, will think about the repercussions of stuff that fly out your mouth.
Fair enough.
So I do think they protected a lot of the information that they put out there.
Yeah.
But they were both did their big one. But Prestige said a very important thing in that episode that touched me, where it was like, people will be like all over Martin because he's emotional and he's crying, and because he's just so strong about it, no one's asking him, is he okay?
Yeah, whereas he doesn't cry. So
I didn't ask him, innit?
Yeah.
I was always around, because Martin was always emotional, innit? I never thought of it like that. So I felt really bad knowing TJ, Prestige is my friend. So I felt bad not really checking up on him.
But because he doesn't cry, he's not the one that people go to check up on him.
So that's kind of changed me in real life, like in real drama. If I see anyone else, like, I'm not just going to go to the person who's crying, I'm going to check on the other person as well. So yeah, that was eye-opening, what he said.
Yeah, no, I did feel for him in that moment, to be honest. I did think, you know what, because he's right. Like, initially, not even initially, but when you see someone cry, you can't help but want to, like, go to them and comfort them. But he made a very good point, because he was like, well, like, when I do the same, like, no one comes to me, because that's not how I move. I think he's a very strong person, to be fair, from what I saw, in my opinion. Yeah, big up him.
It's getting you emotional.
Hey?
It's getting you emotional.
No, I wouldn't say it's not getting me emotional, but I did feel for him. I just thought, you know, that's so valid, because not everyone is the same way they like express themselves visibly. Like, a lot of people are very, especially men, a lot of people are very good at masking their emotions. But but Martin, God bless him, he sheds tears when he has a few drinkies, doesn't he? So
Mike can shed tears any day without no drink. Crying for him will be easy.
So okay. So have you had any contact with any of the other boys, apart from George, obviously, because you were friends prior, but not now? Have you spoken to any of the other guys who you don't mess with?
Just constantly beef with King, because King will be in my comments all the time. Right?
What's King's issue? Talk me through it. Well, what's the beef? What's the supposed beef?
I think King is someone who goes through stuff, and whatever he is doing or going through, he will say that it's you that's doing it. Does that make sense?
Somewhat, yeah.
So it's like being in a relationship and your partner's saying you're a cheater and you're not cheating. They're really cheating. So they're like, you're a cheater. You've got this, da-da-da-da-da. You're doing all this, and you're really not. And you're wondering why they're saying that, and then you find out they're doing all that type of stuff. That's King. King's got a lot of demons within him, and I feel that
for him.
His real life issues, he takes it out on everybody else.
But do you not think...
Come to a show and he's realised that he's not as bad as he thought he was, and it's made him trip out.
Was he like that from the beginning, though? Because it only seemed to be in the later episodes that he was moving the way he was.
High on the drugs when he pulled up to the airport, which makes so much sense as well, because, as I said, this guy came out of nowhere. Me never spoke to him ever. I haven't spoken to him, seen him nowhere or nothing. And he comes to me at boarding and literally runs up to me and goes, I'm hating you. And he's shouting in my face like that. Like, that's crazy. Do you get it? Like, that's crazy.
It's a bit unprovoked,
and then we get on
mad.
the plane, and he just passes out and falls asleep. Like, right behind me, just passes out, falls asleep. Then he gets off on the other side, even though I'm now flipped out and I get mad. He comes and apologizes, and then he's changed into a whole new person. Every day he's completely sweating. Him, I don't know who he is, because he's come onto the show Mashup. He came onto the show Mashup. Like, no clothes, no nothing, shaking, sweating.
Wasn't his suitcase lost, though?
I never saw him with a suitcase.
Sorry?
I never saw him with a suitcase.
Okay.
It's not even me just being taken a bit. I never saw him.
No, I'm just saying, okay. Yeah.
I didn't. And then he kept saying that he came from a threesome.
Nice.
I just want people that will vouch for that as well. I'm not making none of this up. But he said he came from a threesome and stuff. So I really...
He came for a threesome?
From...
Okay.
Like, straight to the airport. So in my head, he never came with nothing. He's gone to this party, he's got high or whatever, and he's
done his thing,
this place
then rocked up.
like he's gonna have a great time. And it's just, yeah, it's hit him in reality. He's in another country when he's come back to his senses and woke up, sobering up. He's got no money, no clothes, no nothing.
I do think he should have been sent home sooner. I mean,
He didn't want to go.
I know, but like from like a well-being perspective,
He didn't want to go, but it's different. But it's different to say, oh, he should go, and trying to get him to go. Like,
yeah.
trying to get him to go would have been hard. Like when she tried to get him to go the first time, after the pool incident, she tried to make him go like that night. And he hit the keys. Like, he said he wanted to go and stuff. And then the next minute, Lani's key and phone disappeared. And then it appeared the next morning on the table. Like, it was left on the table and it just disappeared. And it came back in the morning. She made everyone search all our rooms and stuff, and no one could find nothing. And it was next door. And they found it after. I believe he took it. Who else is going to take the keys? We're going to take it for no reason. The only person who's got to go is King. Everyone wanted him gone.
I guess it's difficult because you can't force like a grown ass man to like hop in the car and go to the airport. I don't know. From the take that I saw, quite clearly he's dealing with something, and I actually feel for him. I don't
think you should feel for him. He put himself in that situation.
I know, but when you're in that state of mind, you don't always think like that, do you?
Put yourself in that situation, and it's the drugs. It's not mental, it's the drugs. And he's someone who looks like he gets cooked all the time on it, so he should know what it's going to do to him. There's no shade. It's what it is.
No shade.
It is what it is. Like, come on, man. Like, even I was thinking about, okay, what am I going to look like on the camera and stuff. Like, I need to make sure I got 2 clothes every day. Like, I was way planning before. Like, what did he come on planning? He had no planning or nothing. He just threw himself on the show, like, take me as I am. Everyone's going to love me. That's crazy. And then now it's backfired in his face. He's got hate towards the world. Anyone who talks about him, he wants to attack. Like, that is not a way to live.
Do you not think it's because that he's quite defensive because of the state he was in?
But then why put yourself in that position?
Yeah, I mean,
and you
fair.
can't blame the drugs neither, because it seems like it opens people's mind to be really, really thinking. So you,
dependent on the individual, I guess.
Then when he got to see sense, he should have went back. And then you would have sit there and blame weed. This is the thing as well. Like, he left and went into the confessionals after the fact. When we've gone home and had time to think, relax and do all of that. Remember, he went home how many days before? And you started to tell him the lie, so he had no weed. Knowing damn well we got that like the second day into the trip.
Okay, so if you had control, if you were a producer, hypothetically, and you could like make it go the way that you wanted it to go, what's your take? How are you taking the power? What are you saying? What are you doing?
I would have let Lani let me beat up King. Like, for real. Like,
do you enjoy fighting?
People I don't like. I don't fight. I beat people up.
You did say, my bad. He doesn't fight. He beats people up.
I don't fight. But what would have changed? I feel Lani should have gave us access to. I would have gave us access to more liquor on the first day, because I really think it would have opened up people. I think people were being more reserved without having liquor. Like, they were really trying to act for the camera. And you know, if you give people a little liquor, it changes them, makes their real self. So I do think that would have been a bit entertaining if she gave it to us at the first day. Because what we did, we got to the airport and we all bought loads of bottles. And when we got to the villa, she took it all from us.
Why?
Because she wanted to control how much we were drinking. So she, we were like in the day, she'd be like, okay, you can have a little shot. She'd give this little tiny shot like this. Like,
I mean, considering the way that a lot of you are moving in the last 2 episodes, I'm not surprised, to be honest.
But that's what happened in the end, because now we got liquor.
Yeah.
So now we just drunk it like we were fish.
But do you not?
You not see me? Well, I had my tequila, but I had tequila in my
But do you
hand.
not think? But do you not think if you had? But do you not think if you had had that for the whole duration, you would have been like that?
I wouldn't be holding this tequila bottle in my hand. That's what I was saying. I was holding the tequila bottle in my hand because it's like, oh my God, liquor, let's do this. Like, I bought my own self a straight bottle. I'm surprised I was standing. I'm really surprised I was standing. I could see I was barely standing. The last one was barely standing.
The show, man.
In control. I feel like we should have had control of what we had. Maybe they could had limits to it and kept some of it. But at least give us one bottle or let us know that was going to happen.
I think also more security could have been a good shout. I mean, again, obviously it's
I
not...
think it was budget at that point.
Well,
And
yeah,
I don't.
no.
She didn't need more security. She didn't at all, actually, because there was no bad boys on the show. So she pushed the security for. Security for. I was doing security at one point when I was holding Martin. I was doing good.
Yeah,
there.
no, I saw that. I thought you were trying to get involved initially. I was, oh, no way is he trying to start in on the fight as well.
Really?
Only from like a smidge, and then I was like, oh, okay, he's actually trying to start holding back.
I thought TJ was gonna get onto Martin after. That's what I was defending.
What? So what?
I can't remember what he said, but I was like, I don't want to say whatever. Da, 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 da.
So did Martin like TJ?
Yeah, really. Martin like TJ. Martin first was onto Levi. Badly.
Fair. Needs must.
There was something about Levi that had Martin and Mr. Bucky on lock at the beginning. They really wanted. They were fighting over him at the beginning.
Who was the one that was who was the one that was having a good with Levi in the room? Which one of the other boys was having another?
King.
Oh, so my man's done the rounds.
That's why I was calling him babe at the end. He was like babing him because they got close. But obviously they're gonna get close because he was giving him boxes to wear and that. They were sharing boxes. And sorry, in my culture, we don't do all of that. That's
in most cultures, they don't do that.
Mine, they definitely don't do that. I'll get in so much trouble if I put on anyone's boxes. But yeah, they were doing all that nastiness, and that's why I thought King was naked in the pool scene.
Was it? He was there, wasn't he?
Because I thought it was because Levi took all the boxes.
Yeah.
But really and truly, he had clothes on before, innit? So then it doesn't make sense.
I still stand by sleeping naked and then just
TJ
jumping.
was giving him a lot of clothes. Like his intro was TJ's outfit.
TJ's very generous. That's the impression that I get.
He's a different Saji for me. Well, maybe because he liked him as a friend. I didn't like him at all. They asked me for a pair of socks and I said, hell no, they ain't taking my sock for that. He
has a very
my sock, my boxes, there's no way I'm giving him my socks.
He has a very nurturing nature. I like TJ. Yeah, I like TJ a lot. I think he's sweet. I think I'm trying to think to myself, do many of you come across as likable? Because to be honest, like for the first couple, I didn't really, and from what I saw, I didn't really see you doing much, in my opinion, from what I saw. And I thought, oh, okay, fair. And then what I like about you is, or what I liked about you when you were on there, is you're very ready to call someone out. Like the first bit that I saw was when you were getting from what I can remember anyway, forgive my memory, is the bit when you're calling out Mr. Bucky for nicking from the shop with the old woman, which was just, yeah. And I think at the time, because it's like TJ said, like there's like a whole team of production here. Like let's be fair, like men of color in a fucking foreign country, like so much could have gone wrong, you know.
That's why they need more cameras, I believe, because I was very active all the time. To be totally honest. I don't see myself as a little background dancer until a certain scene, to be honest. I do think I had too much camera time, to be honest.
Or maybe that's what we did. Yeah, maybe that's why they wanted to like.
I feel like I was in the middle of everything. I feel like every time something happened, I was there though. Unless I didn't like someone, you wouldn't see me there, like talking to them. Like when Tyrese came in, they were like, "Oh, hug." I'm getting up to hug you. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like that. Like it's not that, and everyone's getting up like doing their little fake hugs and that. I'm not about that. So I'll keep my distance some more time. Just like with the Martin thing, I was upstairs just doing my thing. Like I keep my space. Everyone wants to be out there when they see the camera. They're right up in there. I was still really being me, I guess. I'm just being me.
Fair. What do you anticipate for the reunion? Actually, here's a question.
The reunion's gonna be very festive because I'm gonna drag a lot of people. Like really, just.
You say that though. Do you think everyone's actually gonna rock up?
No, I don't. No, I don't, because it's just always just different conversations that's going on in and out of this whole thing where 1 minute everyone's coming to the reunion, next minute I'll get a call from like TJ, for example, and they'll be like, oh yeah, boom, King's called Lane, say he's not going to the reunion because he's scared or something like that.
But what's he scared of?
Getting jumped or something like that. But then you'd be online saying, boom, boom, people cussing at people's family members and doing all this, going through all my comments saying I have HIV and all this type of things there. What do you expect? Like, you've gone past this point where it's like, you shouldn't even be worried about me. You should be worried about who I know and who knows my mum and all that stuff. Like, you do too much.
And also, did he not, forgive me if I may have got this wrong, did he not bring PrEP with him as well?
He bought PrEP and he bought another pill. He bought PrEP and he bought the other thing that you take. I can't remember what it's called, but you take PrEP and you take something else that you take too. But there was two of them and he put it in the fridge. So that's where that whole he has the thing came from, because he had the thing to treat and he had the thing for was it pre-exposure?
I'm not too familiar.
Okay.
Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Oh, dang. But yeah, he came with all of that. And then when he did, he turned around and said that he was sexually assaulted. He said that Mr. Brocky...
Wait, who said they were sexually assaulted?
King said Mr. Brocky did it. Well, he did. He called it out and said Mr. Brocky did touched him up. And then Levi did the same and said that TJ and Jord did when they went in the room with him and beat him up.
Right.
I know that wasn't true because I insisted the way I was at the door downstairs. Like,
I think it's right. And I find it quite silly. Doesn't give it the right word, but I think it is quite mad how people will lie and say something knowing that it's all being filmed. Like, the bit that I thought was quite funny was when Levi fell down the stairs.
Yeah, but Levi wouldn't have known that's been filmed. I don't know when Levi's fell on the stairs because I actually feel that was when I attacked Mr. Brocky at a big first time.
Right.
Because when I went to get my change of clothes, Levi was on the stairs and I wanted with Levi at that point from before that, but I had the thing with Mr. Brocky. So when I'm going up the stairs, remember, I'm all wet. So I've just left and I've gone straight up the stairs and he's on the stairs. And when I'm walking, I've barged him, come away, and I've gone upstairs and changed it. And then the next time I seen him, his back smashed up and he said he's dropped in it. So I'm feeling he's dropped down these wet ass stairs because I've got to wet the stairs up in it. So I feel like I've pushed him and he's dropped and that's when it's happened in it. Because there's only one time he would have dropped down them stairs.
I don't know. I wasn't.
No, he wasn't there. I need him to admit when it happened, innit?
I wasn't very convinced because it was when he
because he's back.
fell.
Have you seen his back? Ever?
I can't say I recall looking at his back.
It
To be
looks like
perfectly
a
honest.
potato, like a bruised potato.
Oh, so maybe he did fall then.
He did fall, definitely.
Yeah.
His back was bad, but no one knew if he threw himself.
Yeah.
Or if he slipped.
It was more so like when he was led on the floor and he was where am I? And I thought, have you not just fallen?
When he was pretending to faint.
I don't know if pretending's the right.
He was pretending to faint. They was doing back-to-back fainting. He was doing back-to-back fainting because he didn't want to get he didn't want smoke. Everyone was onto him at one point. There was even points like I would wake up in the morning and try and get him before security woke up. Literally,
Did you choose vibes?
So, run down the stairs, and I was already at the top in it. So I run all the way down. He'll be up in his room, locked in his room with what's his name? Then they'd be looking for a light, and he wouldn't have none because I had them all.
On purpose. Jeez. Let's talk about the bit where you jumped there. Let's talk about the bit where you've obviously broken into the other fucking what's the word?
Broken in?
Not broken in, yeah. Is broken in the right word?
So
no,
what?
it's not. No, it's not. Broken in. What's the term? Jumped into the other apartment on the left. You know, like on the is it the last night where you and TJ are trying to go for your old friend Mr. Bucky?
We're gonna talk about that.
I want to ask what at that point. Talk me through what's going on in your mind. Why are you because this is multiple occasions where you guys are literally running, pushing past or trying to push past security to get to him. What's the trigger at that point?
Are you talking in the middle of how many times we were attacking him or what?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no. I mean, later on.
In general, no one's thinking about TJ. No one's thinking about anyone else. In real life, when I'm out on the road and I'm having any type of smoke, no one's thinking about who's around me unless anyone's touching me. That's the only thing I'll be thinking about is if I get touched, then okay, I got to defend myself. I'm not looking to see who's doing what when you got your hitting or nothing like that. I'm just in there.
No, I'm talking about you running into the other room to try and get to Mr. Bucky is what I'm saying.
running into the other room.
Yeah, well, you know when the security like
I was in the same room. I never ran into the other room. I was always in the room.
Is there not a bit where you guys were like told to get out in the second apartment and you guys are like running in now? Is that
We
not a
was
thing?
always in that apartment. We left our apartment and went over to that villa.
Yeah,
Remember,
but like,
Mr. Bucky wasn't in our villa no more.
that's what I'm saying.
That was Lani's villa.
That's what I mean to say. Sorry,
we
yeah.
Came, oh, is that what you mean? Oh,
Yeah,
we came.
my
out of
phrasing
ours,
was bad.
Yeah. We got into that villa. I said it from the night before, innit? Like, he was really putting me off. Like, so I don't know, like, it just happened. And the more he just looked like a sad little puppy dog, it just really
Triggered you more.
It just triggered me more. So I just started asking questions. And then every answer he gave me was just irritating. And then, even when I'm looking back now, because I was very drunk that night, innit? So to be totally honest, on that actual night itself, when I was there, I would say I can't remember.
Right.
Like how it really kicked off. Because even in the morning, I couldn't remember. But anyways, the trigger of me when I've actually attacked him was when I asked him a question about his man wanting me and him to fight. Yeah, there was something that came up from prior into the show. Before we got into the show, Mr. Brocky has a partner, and he said he wanted us to have like a scripted fight, and that really triggered me because this man actually he set me up to touch me up. he set me up to touch me up, and it never went down that way, and we ended up nearly scrapping and all this stuff. But then, the story's so long.
Make it short, it's all right.
All right, so Mr. Bucky's ex-man, or man, I don't know, invited me up to Birmingham to do an interview innit, about my music and stuff, but really and truly, it was a setup. He brought me to his house. There was no interview. He was trying to lay down with me. I went up there with my dog, Baby, and he had 2 cats, yeah. And I don't know, why you know, but you have 2 cats, when you know I'm bringing my dog to come bully up my dog and all this stuff anyways. I knew it was all a red flag, but I still stayed there. He had nothing to say about my music. He was trying to get my plaster with drinking.
How long has this been? When was this? How long ago?
This was last summer. This was last summer.
Okay, cool.
This was last summer.
And question, when was the show filmed?
So it was in May.
Cool, okay.
It was in May. So yeah. Yeah, he just basically tried to set me up to sleep with him. I'm a person who ain't going to sleep with no one anyway, boom, 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 especially someone who's my brethren's people. So when he knew that I wasn't going to do that, I was basically kind of like stranded up there, innit? Because I was supposed to stay over there, innit? And I thought he was going to have all beds set out for me, but man tried to get me to sleep up in his bed. It wasn't going to happen. So I tried not set him up, but I turned around and I was like, oh, boom, drop me some pizza, get a hotel in it, and I'll drop you it back in it. And he was like, yeah, boom, all right, cool, I'll give it to you in it. But that was my way to get out of the house to get a hotel in it.
Yeah, of course.
So I did that. No, I wasn't gonna pay me it back. I don't care. But me telling him to just give it to me to go to another place, I knew I wasn't gonna get it. So I said that to get out of the place. He gave me the P and I bounced out because when he did that, he lives in a studio. Man tried to make me lie down in the kitchen bit and turn off his internet when he has no thing. So I couldn't text no one or nothing like that. Innit? Like, he really tried to have me in there for not sleeping with him, try to set man up. So anyway, when I got this money, I went back my business, called Mr. Brocky, put it on him like, yo, try to do this to me. He didn't even get mad at that person. He wants to holler at me and ask me for the money. So when we're on the show now, anytime and he said he wanted me to ask you about the money, it made me trigger.
Right,
It was like, what? How dare you say that? He wants to ask me about the money. You met. That's why
So then you lost it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, how do you say you to ask me about money when you know what happened on that day?
But we don't see that.
I know you don't.
Yeah. Because it just because I get why you were annoyed because all the things that happened prior.
And then that on top of it just hit it, and I was licked down with liquor in it, so it was just.
Because what I'm thinking, okay, fair, he's done this and done that, but why are you only like obviously like running to him now? But now that makes sense. Yeah.
It takes a lot with me, but I have to build up to fight in it because really and truly, I don't want to fight.
Really?
I don't want to fight. I'm always scared of losing. Always scared of losing. I haven't lost a fight, but I'm scared of losing because I've seen people lose.
You don't really give the energy of someone who wants to fight, just more someone who will defend themselves if they need to. I would say anyway. Like
of course, I ain't gonna run nowhere.
Like I wouldn't. Like you know how some people
flight, play dead. I'm gonna fight you.
Like you know how you see some people and they like it looks oh my god like you are quite clearly choosing violence. Do you know what I mean? I don't really get that from you personally.
I'll be marked up everywhere. That means I'll be really running down the street looking for it. No, I'm not that guy. I'm a sweet boy. I am a sweet boy. But yeah, I'll defend myself if I need to. I'm my family. I'm a protector.
Yeah.
I'm a protector, 100%. And I'll protect me at all costs. Especially now, because I've been through a lot. I have been through a lot in my life. So yeah, it's only fair that I do protect myself because now I do value life and I do want to live life. So
Do you think you're misunderstood?
At this point, I don't care.
Fair.
I used to care about what people think. I don't care no more, and now I don't care. I feel like I've achieved much more.
So what's next then?
King. You think I'm joking?
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
Probably in order, it'd be George.
Right. How does it?
Alphabetical order.
How does it work with the fight? Because say like you're like two of you are going back. At what point do the team have to like go in and be like, right, this is too much, stop? Is it when it's like bruising or something?
That's security.
Yeah, like at what point are people like, right, okay, you need to like pull them apart?
I don't know because there hasn't been a real fight on Badderz yet.
Fair. I guess we'll find out in season 2.
You find out before that. Damn.
Swif.T, is there anything that you really want to get across or say that I haven't asked you or that you haven't mentioned?
What do you think?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
That's what I'm thinking now. You got me. I hate getting caught off guard like this.
It's all right, I can cut.
Can I ask the audience?
Any thoughts, fellas? You can speak, it's all right.
I don't know. I feel like for me personally, obviously having a friend on the show, like one of the things I personally got from the show was like, if I had had something like this when I was a lot younger, because I understand your point in the beginning about like, you know, the interpretation of like pitting a bunch of black men together.
Yeah.
Of colour. But there was also something about the representation of gay people in this light in a world where we're so painted to be one thing or another.
Yeah.
This is almost the extreme opposite of what I have seen as like at my age, like growing up.
It's a decent take.
So for me, it's like I'm really proud of my friend for handling himself on the show the way he did. But it's also just like I feel like I would have had a lot more confidence in myself having some access to this as a lot younger, because a lot of the fear I had of like a lot of predominantly straight people at the time has just disappeared the more I've found myself immersed and engaged with these shows, and now being this close to it, like I do feel like there's a power in that, and maybe it takes a specific kind of person to appreciate that, but it's there for sure. Like I feel that 100%.
That's a really interesting. I haven't heard that at all. That's a really interesting take. Do you think? Right, this is an open question to all three. Do you think straight men would feel comfortable going on the show?
Hell no.
Yeah, I do.
You think straight men would feel comfortable?
I don't feel they would only because of the name, but other than that, I do feel, and especially now.
Do you reckon anyone will come on season 2? I don't think so.
I do.
I think that's probably a few seasons away. I do.
Like, there's going to be a different type of shit, man, that's going to pull up, man. It is.
I think culturally the UK is so different than the US, and obviously Baddies and the Zeus network in the US is so huge now, like internationally. But I feel like as the UK gains traction, we will naturally turn it into something else, and it will be like, it will make sense to us when it happens. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if the UK version just follows the US, it's not gonna work. Like when
because it's just a copycat. I think the common thing is because the US have like a very specific like culture and like a broadcast network, and we don't. I think that was the initial criticism. But like the way that I see it is despite obviously not necessarily agreeing with some of the things, even though I did find it very enjoyable, I do think it is like a landmark for the culture. And I do think, whether you agree with it or not, I think Lani deserves her creds and flowers for what she's trying to create.
100%.
Without a doubt, do you know what I mean? But and I think also like even
I love Lani for even putting me on. I love Lani. I respect her. Like she was frightened of me as well. Not frightened, but she was wary of my little episodes. She actually called me unpredictable. Said I'm unpredictable in it, but she showed me. She's like a big sister to me, to be totally honest. Even now, like we still talk and I get advice and that from her in it. So yeah, she's amazing.
Who needs to be in season 2?
Needs.
Who should? Who should be in season 2?
Me and Jaheim. I just want King in. I want King in there just for the simple fact that I want him every day, but I want him to go home or get him sent home, and that's just it.
I feel like for the sake of his well-being, he probably shouldn't.
But he's got a whole year to fix that. No shade, he's got a whole year to fix
I want
that.
Levi back as well.
No, we don't need him back.
Why?
For what? He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing at all. Why would you want him back?
I think he added to the chaos.
What chaos?
Just moving mad for no reason.
He didn't add
Not
to-
always no reason, sorry. Just moving mad for the sake of
I'm
it.
trying to think what he really brought. I can't remember him. I can't remember him in the show. Even the scene where he even got jumped, you didn't see it. So it's just like, what did you see? Like, do you know what I mean? You didn't see nothing.
I know, but like even in like the earlier episodes, there are parts where, from what I saw, it felt like everyone was against him, like literally House and him. And I don't think what would be
If
the
he was
alternative?
walking around with his bust lip looking for sympathy, why else would you be annoyed at him? Like someone just with their bust, oh, look at my face. Day one, well, I'm not surprised he's upset. Day one, before even the cameras even turned up, his lip was mashed up. That is actually funny. Before I even got there, his lip was mashed up by George. The camera didn't even see him looking, and I wouldn't even say good, but looking how he looks.
Fair. Well, I look
What
for.
would you have said though if Martin actually like did a thing with him, or any of them? Like if they actually like
Say that again,
got
sorry.
with him, if any of them not got with him in the cast and you found out, how would you have felt?
How would I have felt?
Yeah.
What if Martin got with Levi? I'd say needs must.
Must, as in like musty.
No. Just like do what you want to do, innit? I'm not here to comment on who people dabble with. I'm just here to commentate to an extent.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other extent is just to observe.
No, I don't think if he came back to the show, I think he needs like a hygiene check. I don't think it's healthy for people to be around other people in that state. It's like walking past someone who's like really severely homeless, and you know that really dank smell that they have, like it's really like potent and it's like that. That is what it gave me, and I don't think he should be around people that close, civilians.
Noted. Not that I'm going to be there to watch it, but fair.
I'll be there to tell y'all.
Well, you've got my number. You can update me, I guess.
Hey y'all.
Cool. Do you have anything else you want to say? Or you...
No, do you know what? I can't think of anything. at
Okay.
the
Well,
moment.
we've done a good shift. Yeah. Do you use the term shift?
Well, no, I am.
I feel like me and my friends always use like really like weird terms. Everyone's like, "What does that
Feeling
mean?"
a good shift, that means we're going to do it again, right?
Can-
That's the shift.
somewhat, yeah. Essentially, depends how much you like the job. Okay, Swif.T. Thanks very much.
Oh, thank you
What do
so
you
much.
want to say to future badders?
Be
To ones
back.
who want to come on the show, actually, what are you saying?
To the future Badderz Boys that are going to be on the show, be bad. Just be bad. To not come on there acting like, oh, I'm just coming on here to be this next thing, and you're going to use the show just to build yourself. Like, it's not that, like, come on the show for what it is. Like, because no one's going to be there to protect you and look after you. You got to be there and literally be mentally stable and everything else. Like, be like me.
You heard it here first, folks. Exclusive. Thank you very much, friend.
And do not come there like no king, please. Don't do it. You'll be evicted in our bag. Day one. Swif.T out. Sorry that you missed me.
God forbid. Thank you for my friend.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Everybody,
What's the time? 12 o'clock?
10:30. Everybody, my name is Jord Howard. We have are you doing any, is this an exclusive? Are you doing any more shows or podcasts? Or?
No, got invited to one just before, but I said, no, you're going to be my first.
So this is an exclusive Badderz Boys interview. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. And yeah, my name is Jord Howard. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And maybe we'll have a season 2 catch up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Let's go.